So who am I? I am a serial entrepreneur. I owned a retail bicycle shop for 9 years. A retail e-commerce business concurrently. I sold both about 5 or 6 years ago. I still own an e-commerce consulting company and also a retail analytics company as well. I sold interest in the consulting company so I could take this opportunity at Church & Dwight. And currently that's a little bit of my background. So who is Church & Dwight? I joke, and I was saying at the beginning when we were having a chat, we're the biggest company you've never heard of. We own brands that you're familiar with that you see up here: Arm & Hammer, Kaboom, Trojan, Waterpik, Vitafusion, OxyClean. So we own all these brands. We're a CPG company like your Unilevers or your P&G. So as a company, we swim in a really big pond. P&G, Unilever, Kimberly, as compared to the volume that we do. Our volume's significantly higher than that now, but still the smallest on the chart. We consistently deliver positive returns. It's a very stable company. And this is what I was talking about earlier. We grow through acquisition. We're a serial acquirer. We look to acquire first and second level market leaders in a specific vertical and add to the portfolio of brands from there. We bought Waterpik last year for $1 billion. These are some of the most recent brands we acquired and kind of the journey and the path on how we got there. Recently, Waterpik, that was the big one. Those are our power brands. Those are $100 million plus brands. So what is our vision? So Church & Dwight's vision, and this kind of all dovetails into how we've done things in my space. We want to have brands consumers love. We want to be a place where people matter and be a friend to the environment. We have these 4 behaviors that are part of a 2020 strategy: digitally savvy, simplify things. You want to be a digital disruptor. An adoption of yes and concept for inclusion as opposed to no or but. How did we get here? In 2015, Church & Dwight shuttered an e-commerce business that was Trojan. We didn't have the internal knowledge, and this was before I arrived, we didn't have the internal knowledge on how to fulfill direct-to-consumer and the nuances and the different things that needed to happen. We also didn't have any KPIs in place to really determine and measure what success looks like. So that business got shuttered. 2016, we bought Topic. 2017, we bought Viviscale and Waterpik. So this is kind of the meat and the potatoes of it. So when I started in January, this is kind of what the disjointed architecture looked like. We had 8 contact centers. We had multiple brands on multiple platforms and infrastructure, whether it be Azure, Rackspace, Vendo, Mojo, BrandShop, different platforms, Magento V1, V2, kind of so on and so forth. Multiple credit card providers, multiple tax solutions, 5 different 3PLs, third-party pick, pack, and ship, ERP, kind of so on and so forth. It was very, very, very complicated. So everything in red went away. Everything in orange was touched or changed in some way, shape, or form. And this is the consolidation and the journey that we've been on for the last 10 months, and it will finish at the end of Q1 of next year. And this is what the end product is really going to look like. Consolidated contact centers. Everything's in Azure for us. We're a Microsoft Premier partner. Everything that we're doing now is built on Magento V2. And the Waterpik, the Lunch and Learn that's in Rackspace, that's being migrated the start of Q1 of next year. We consolidated credit cards to Braintree, Avalara for tax, Oracle being a standalone tax solution because that's the ERP that Waterpik is on. Molten, Fosdick, and PHL for fulfillment. PHL's in the UK. We have 7 subsidiaries that we're starting to build sites for. Triton's a DRTV call center. Fort Collins came with the Waterpik acquisition. That's our internal call center now. And so this is kind of like the overall architecture, some data flows. If you guys are interested, I can send you this. I have way more complicated ones if anybody's interested. So Magento really sits at the middle of it all. Magento 2, we're leveraging the built-in OMS. And that OMS is really the feature functionality that allows us to put it in the middle and not have to have a third-party OMS yet. At some point, we'll need to go to a distributed order management system, and then that will have to be added to the landscape. Do you guys have any questions at this point? No? So why did we pick Magento 2.2? Partly because of the level of integrations. Braintree that's built into the back end, Avalara built into the back end, now .mailer is built into it. And Braintree also has the new-ish, all the different credit and payment options that are part of the Gene plugin that was built out of the UK. And they're continuing to add more of those, and it's all built into the back end, which is amazing. Feature and functionality set, the integrated OMS, the API robustness, and the biggest thing is the modular scalable feature set, which allowed us to build all these custom modules, which I'll talk about in the next slide or two. The other thing that's really important to us was the full page caching, and content staging is an awesome improvement as well. So you guys are maybe thinking about Magento, maybe not on Magento. So why did you guys choose Magento, or why are you considering Magento? Not everybody at once. Yeah, and that's one of the cornerstones, the reasons why we did it as well. And on one of these slides that I'll show you, and you'll see like the amount of sites that we have running on it, on different instances right now. So this whole journey we've gone on, what risks have we taken? The whole idea was building this repeatable, scalable solution that would be templatized, that would be speedy, it would be fast for us to be able to stand on sites, especially as we're challenged from our CMO to roll out test and learn sites, which we can launch in about 3 weeks. Running large, complex work streams concurrently. So the e-commerce direct-to-consumer is the overarching one. In that, there's an analytics one. There is the consolidation of the 3PLs, moving contact centers from Focus to Triton, and then from Focus to Fort Collins for different features and functionality. A whole PCI compliance work stream, all the fun stuff that happened, and some people have gone through, maybe not, with GDPR. And then also email marketing, scaling our marketing cloud solution. So what risks have you guys taken? How have you mitigated them? Complex work streams. So some of the really cool stuff we did, the whole philosophy was build the pipes, the integrations that are reusable, and then at the end of the day, you're just putting in creative, you already have the pipes, the data, all that stuff framed out for it really to work as we continue to build new stuff. The other thing we did is we took the existing, it happened, this I did, but we took the existing bottleneck of infrastructure, and we built a whole new infrastructure process. So we took Azure and we automated everything. So everything for us is built through automated ARM templates. It takes 30 minutes to deploy a whole new stack. The VMs, the DB server, everything is built into that template. It configures the application gateway. It does all of that when you hit deploy. You have to size the stuff accordingly prior to that. The other things that are really nice to be able to do is we use Bash, and it builds out, once the VMs are built, it builds the modified LAMP stack as well that we're using MySQL as a service, and some of the other things. So that for us it's huge. It allows us to do things a lot quicker. The other complexities were, the migration of Topic from Rackspace to Azure. So we took it from Rackspace to Azure. Concurrently, we also upgraded it from 2.1 to 2.2 and put in some more features and functionality that we had built on the 2.2 platform that weren't compatible with 2.1. Upgrading of Viviscale from Magento 1 to 2.2, that's in the process right now. That's a very, very, very complicated process. Right now we have 9 code bases. There's 9 sites that lives in one thing. You have an hour change, it takes 9 hours. The cost of ownership is astronomical and awful. So building in Topic, and then the other stuff that we're doing is we're building a Topic UK site that's being pulled back from distribution. That sits with the distributor in the UK. The second week of January, we cut the DNS and point it to our new site. And the same thing's happening in Canada, Australia, and then we're also building new sites, Topic and Viviscale sites for Mexico. So there's a lot of stuff going on. So how are we... So how do we grow our business? Simple, sell more stuff at a higher margin. No, seriously though, so the stuff that we've done to help grow our business is the feature and functionality set that Magento has really allowed us to do. Building the subscription module, which we have Tri-Feline Pine, so subscriptions are the thing. Whether it be like a snack box or whatever it may be that you get on subscription, diapers. We're building some stuff for VMS, which is a vitamin website, water pick brush heads, continuity orders, and then the other things that really have leveraged our ability to grow is the addition of like A/B testing and like advanced like data tagging attribution through Heap. So those 2 things, and then we're in the process of implementing a DMP, which will kind of take all that data, tie it out, and let us marry all that first-party data, create very customized segments for customers, and target them more effectively. And some of the stuff that we'll be able to do is going to be pretty awesome. How have you guys grown your businesses? Or you're looking for ways to grow your businesses. That's why you're here. So we have a tremendous opportunity to grow as a CPG company, and we've chosen Magento to partner with as our e-commerce platform. So that's it. That's all she wrote, as they say. Questions?
So one of the things that many years ago we went to Magento was site speed. We discussed site speed several times. So have you found any challenges with regards to site speed? It's paramount, of course, right now to have fast site possible. So were there any challenges in your projects and migrations with regards to site speed, and especially with regards to custom modules?
So the custom modules don't slow anything down for us, but site speed's always an issue. We also have Imperva, which sits in front of everything, so that's a DDoS solution. And with Imperva, you can do some other things, some caching, so we can cache things in different regions, which helps with site speed. If it's a site that's a global site. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, for us, the biggest thing is like I'm the Gestapo on is like when agencies want to put stuff on your site, I want to know why. And if they can't put it in a GTM container, it's a non-starter. If you can't put your tag in a GTM container, sorry, it's not going on the site. So that's the biggest thing, not letting code in there that slows your sites down. Any other questions? So we're only using .mailer for one business. It's a very small business. We're a very big Salesforce customer. So we're a Sales Cloud and Marketing Cloud. Everything for us is in Marketing Cloud. .mailer for this one little test and learn site, it's built into the back end. I can give it to brand and marketing, and they can play with it, and we don't have to be involved in it.